Good morning to all. My name is Himanshu Srivastava. Today we'll read the story Adventures of Toto. This video includes line-wise explanation, summary. The link for the notes of this chapter is in the description box. So let's start the chapter with the introduction. This is a humorous and adventurous story of a naughty monkey named Toto. The writer's grandfather bought the monkey from a tanga driver. The pranks played by Toto have been narrated in an interesting way and make the story a must read for us. Now, the chapter. The writer's grandfather purchased a monkey named Toto from a tanga driver by paying 5 rupees to him. The tanga driver had tied the little red colored monkey to a feeding trough so that he could not run away. When the writer's grandfather saw the monkey, he had a desire to add him to the collection of animals which he had in his zoo at home. Toto was a pretty monkey. So here writer describes the monkey. He had bright, shiny eyes which were full of mischief. The eyebrows were deeply set on his face. His teeth were like pearls. Many ladies belonging to the Anglo-Indian community got scared. His hands looked dried up as they had been pickled in the sun for many years. His fingers were quick and wicked, and his tail, while adding to his good looks, his tail was working like a third hand. The writer's grandfather thought that the tail added to the good looks of an animal, and it is working like a third hand. It helped him hang from the branch of a tree. He also used it to lift objects which were beyond his hands' reach. Grandmother always first, she became angry and against the grandfather's attitude of bringing new pets like birds and animals. So the grandfather thought that they would conceal this fact from her until she was in a good mood. At that time, they would disclose this to her. So, grandfather and the narrator put Toto away in the little closet opening into the narrator's bedroom wall. In order to be sure that Toto did not escape, they tied him to a hook in the wall. The writer and his grandfather went to Toto after a few hours to release. Then they found that walls which had been covered with a small ornamental paper chosen by grandfather, now naked brick and plaster, means it has been torn. Toto had torn the decorative wallpaper. He had broken the hook and had escaped from his binding. I wondered what grandmother would say. Narrator thought that what will happen if grandmother would know. Toto had also tore the writer's blazer into thin pieces. Grandfather was happy. He was delighted to see Toto's adventure because he felt that Toto was clever. He said that if they would have given him more time, Toto would have tied the thin pieces of writer's torn blazer into a rope and would have escaped out of the window. Means it was showing his cleverness. Toto was shifted to the servant quarter. He was put in a cage. He would live with the other pets in grandfather's zoo. Now, the animals which were there in the grandfather's zoo were a pair of rabbits, a squirrel, and the writer's pet goat. Toto was very mischievous. He did not let the animals sleep at night, means he was disturbing other animals also. The writer's grandfather had to leave for Saharanpur the next day. He decided to take Toto along as he was unmanageable, means he thought that if he will leave Toto at home, he may do more mischiefs. The writer was disappointed as he could not accompany his grandfather and Toto on the trip. His grandfather narrated the happenings of the trip to him later. He had got a special bag for Toto. It was made of a strong material, canvas. He placed some dry grass at the bottom of the bag. On the trip, the bag would be Toto's home as he would live in it. The bag had a zipper on top of it. The writer's grandfather ensured that when the bag was closed, Toto would not be able to escape out of it. Neither could he come out of the opening as it was closed with a zipper, nor could it bite the strong canvas material in order to run away. So he insured the bag for Toto. Still, Toto made unsuccessful attempts to come out of the bag. Due to this, many times the bag would roll on the floor or it would certainly jump in the air as Toto was there in the bag. These movements were noticed by the people on the railway platform and made them curious to know what was inside the bag. Toto remained in the bag as far as Saharanpur, but while grandfather was producing his ticket to the ticket collector, something happened. At that time, Toto peeked out of the bag and smiled at the ticket collector. The ticket collector was surprised to see monkey in grandfather's bag. He recovered quickly and asked grandfather to pay the ticket money for traveling with a dog. Actually, he was not sure that the animal in the bag is a monkey. He thought it a dog, and he told grandfather to pay for it also. Grandfather was unsuccessful in explaining the ticket collector that Toto was a monkey and not a dog, as he had kept it in the bag. He insisted that Toto was not even an animal with 4 feet, but the ticket collector was firm that Toto fell in the category of dogs. Now, grandfather had to pay 3 rupees for Toto's ticket. Grandfather was disappointed. In order to take revenge from the ticket collector, he took out his pet tortoise from his pocket. Means he was having tortoise also. He asked if he was supposed to buy a ticket for it also. The ticket collector took a close look at the tortoise, pushed it slightly, and announced that grandfather was not required to buy a ticket for it, as it did not fall in the category of a dog. Now, the writer's grandfather finally came to know of Toto's presence in the house. Grandmother. She allotted him space in the stable along with the family donkey Nana. On the first night in the stable, grandfather visited Toto. He found Nana restless, pulling its rope in order to stay away from the heap of hay. Means Nana didn't want to stay in the stable. Grandfather hit Nana on the back in order to stop it. Nana jumped back with a jerk and Toto was dragged along with her. Now, the next adventure that Toto did was it was the winter season. Toto enjoyed having a warm bath. He would pretend to be selfish and before starting his bath, he would check the temperature of the water. So what did, he would copy the writer and stepped into the tub 1 foot at a time. Finally, he would sit in the water with his face out of it. Then he would rub himself with soap also. When the water became cold, he would run out of it to the stove in the kitchen in order to dry himself. Toto got annoyed if he was laughed upon. He would get hurt and then refuse to take bath. Means if somebody will laugh on him, he will be furious. He will get hurt and he will refuse to take bath. The writer recollects an incident when Toto had almost boiled himself. In a large kettle, water was boiling on the stove. Toto climbed up to the stove and removed the lid from it. He felt that the water was warm enough for him to take a bath. He entered the kettle with his head out of it. When the water started boiling, it became hot for Toto. He thought of coming out of the kettle, but as the temperature outside was cold for him, he stayed in it. He was jumping in the kettle for a while, but he was unable to come out. He was not ready to come out as it was cold. It was when the writer's grandmother arrived that she took the half boiled monkey out of the kettle. So these were the things that Toto had done. If there is a part in our brain that governs our ability to create mischief, then that part is Toto's brain, which was highly developed as he had great capacity to do mischief. He was always busy doing mischief. Whenever the writer's aunts passed him, he tried to tear their dresses. The writer recollects another incident when Toto created a lot of mischief. At lunchtime, a dish of rice was placed on the dining table. When the family reached to eat, they found Toto eating it. The writer's grandmother screamed at Toto, and in response, he threw a plate at her. When the aunts tried to catch Toto, he threw a glass of water in their face. When the grandfather arrived, Toto left the place through a window with the dish of rice along with him. Toto remained out the entire afternoon. He sat on a branch of the jackfruit tree and determined to eat all the rice. As the grandmother had screamed on him, he wanted to annoy her further, and so after eating the rice, he threw the dish. It broke into several pieces. So these were the incidents done by Toto. Finally, grandfather realized that Toto was not suitable to be kept at home. They could not afford the frequent losses that he gave them. He tore clothes, curtains, wallpapers, broke dishes. So it was not so easy. So the grandfather sold Toto back to the some tanga driver for a sum of 3 rupees. And this was the story. Here the summary is: the writer's grandfather liked to collect animals and had a zoo at home. So he brought Toto from a tanga driver at a sum of 5 rupees. But it was not so easy to keep Toto at home. When Toto was accepted by grandmother, it was given a place in the stable along with donkey Nana. But Toto did not get along with Nana as well. He disturbed Nana a lot. His mischiefs grew day by day, and grandfather realized that they could not keep Toto at home. Finally, he found some tanga driver and sold Toto back him for a sum of 3 rupees. So this was the story. Thank you.